there, even when the offense, was kind of scuffling, and guys just kept punching, kept fighting, and played the game out.
Yeah, it's funny. You go to that beginning of the third quarter, and I called a timeout. It was 0-0 after about 4 minutes.
Right.
Our offense, or lack thereof, we weren't generating good shots. We weren't organized. We weren't executing. And the good thing, though, during that stretch, our defense held us. That was our anchor. Our defense held us down. And it's another example where overall our defense was pretty good tonight. Second half, our defense was great. 51 points allowed, second half plus overtime, 34 from the field. First half, there were 10 of 20 from three. Second half in overtime, there was 6 of 33. And when you defend like that, you give yourselves a chance, even when your offense is not flowing at a high level. So, and you think, look at some of the minutes. I mean, Nikola, 42, Jamal, 43, Gary, 37, off the bench, Monte and Michael, 35, 36, respectively. This is an impressive back-to-back win on back-to-back nights on the road. And very proud of our guys for pulling this out when there are times when it didn't look like we were going to be able to pull it out.
Go to Joel Rush.
Hey, Coach. I apologize in advance for asking a Michael Porter question, but he made a play in, I think, the second quarter where he attacked the closeout and dished it off to Gary Harris under the basket, and it seemed like he may be making some progress with his decision-making. I just wondered if you are seeing some of that yourself.
Yeah, definitely, Joel. I think, obviously Michael played a lot of minutes for us tonight, 14 and 11, 3 of 4 from the three-point line. And he can score, he can rebound. The defense is improving, as is the playmaking, to your point. And the ensuing part of that was he hit Gary on the baseline. Gary found Jamal Murray in the corner for a wide open three. We missed it, but we got on the glass for the putback. I think Michael Porter he wants to be an all-around player. He doesn't want to just be a scorer, doesn't want to be just known as that. He wants to be a complete player. He wants to be a great player. He has a tremendous love and passion for the game. That's probably the one thing I respect about Michael the most. He has a huge passion for the game of basketball. And for him to be out as long as he's been out and to come in and play the way he played tonight is a testament to him staying ready. And, we're going to need him. Obviously, he's a big part of our present and a huge part of our future.
Go to Harrison Wind.
Hey, Michael, you mentioned the minutes. Jamal and Nikola just going for 40 plus 24 hours after I think they both went for 40 plus last night. Just what does that say about just the shape that they've put themselves in physically, coming into this season and the load they're able to carry right now?
Yeah, obviously it's a very delicate balance, Harrison. You want to win the game, but then when you look at the stat sheet, and you look at their stat sheet as well, I mean, they had the same thing. They ran their guys, we ran our guys, and obviously we were able to pull it out. But it is a testament to, the fact that mentally and physically they're able to perform at a high level while carrying that load. And we've seen that time and time again from Nikola, going back to that 4 overtime game in Portland a few years back. And same thing with Jamal. I mean, this felt like a playoff game in terms of just played the same team. Your starters have to play in a double overtime game, and much is asked of them, and they always find ways to deliver. I mean, Jamal Murray saves the day with that huge shot to force overtime. And obviously once Ayton fouled out, we just established Nikola in the post. Monte Morris, I thought, was really big three, feeds the post and cuts, gets a layup. This was a really quality road win for us.
Go to Jacob Toby.
Coach, in the spirit of the McGregor fight tonight, just so many blows going back and forth. I mean, does this game just give you more confidence that this team can execute down the stretch and not be afraid of those big moments?
Yeah, and is that fight over yet? Is that fight still going on? Has it started yet? Anybody?
Hasn't started yet.
Okay. There's only one Conor McGregor. I'm not going to sing it for you. Our team has been really good the last few years, down the stretch, clutch situations, late game execution. One of the best in the NBA for that matter. Earlier in the year, obviously, very un-Nugget-like. We've had a hard time closing some of these games. Phoenix at home, Utah and Dallas at home. So to see us be able to play back-to-back overtime games, late execution games, and not just on offense, but on defense as well, is great to see. I have to do a better job. That game should have never gone into a second overtime. Up 3, had chances to take a foul. Crowder makes the 3, but our guys never hung their head. We continued to fight, and ultimately it went our way.
All right, we got time for one more. We're going to finish with Matt Moore.
Michael, obviously the guys played huge minutes tonight, played huge minutes last night. I know you spoke about it in Harrison's question, but is there any sort of thought of trying to get them, Murray, especially with the shoulder, maybe some time off in the next week, given that you guys have games every other night and then a back-to-back at the end of the road trip?
Yeah, he'll be off tomorrow. Listen, Jamal's a tough cat, man. We've seen it throughout his 5 years here in Denver. And if my conversations with guys like Jamal, Nicola, Monte, Will, Gary, Paul, whoever, are such that they feel they need a day, if my conversations with our training staff, Dan Shemensky, Steve Short, are, hey, you know what, these guys probably need a day, then we'll give it to them. Obviously, I do not want to run our guys into the ground, win the battle, but lose the big picture war down the road. But it's hard because right now we're 8-3 in our last 11 games. Our defense is, in the last 11, has been a huge improvement from December when we were 29th in those 4 games. But, you know, we'll have those conversations, Matt. And if that's a decision that we feel is in everyone's best interest, we'll definitely make that. We have a deep and talented roster. Other guys will have to step up if that's the case.